Hey everybody, it's Greg again from Heck Yeah, You Can Cook, and today you are going to be preparing a New Mexico chili pork tenderloin. It's going to have mushrooms, it's going to have agave, it's going to have balsamic vinaigrette. It's going to be this wonderful, sweet and savory type of dish that you can make in the middle of the week. Your oven does all the work after minimal prep. You can serve it with rice, you can serve this with any type of potato dish you wish to. So before we get any further, I'd like everyone to please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. You can find us on all the social medias. We have TikTok, we have Instagram, we have Facebook group, and we also have a webpage, heckyeahYouCanCook.com. Please check us out and join us. And we love to have new subscribers every week, so we appreciate your support. Now to get into the dish, let's talk about the tools you're going to need. You're going to need a sharp kitchen chef's knife, however you like to call it. You're going to need a fillet type of knife because you're going to be working with a pork tenderloin. And you're going to need, now I've got my Pampered Chef, the glaze type. I love cooking something like this in here because it helps with the searing factor. You don't have to sear it when I use something like this. You can sear this meat. I choose not to. I think this type of pan and the way we glaze it works really well. Now we've got a lot of ingredients here that we'll go through. I've got 2 tablespoons of New Mexico chili, specific. You can use any chili you like. I really prefer the New Mexico chili. I find it's the best for adding flavor and not too much heat when you're cooking. I've got 1 apple chopped. This is a type of tart apple. They're in season right now. These work really well, and I have finely chopped this because it's going to be more of a seasoning than it is an actual dish itself. I have got 1 orange bell pepper. You can use yellow. I prefer orange for this dish, and I've got it chopped, and we're going to show that chopping in just a second. We've got 2 pounds of pork tenderloin that we're going to be working with today, and I've patted those dry. I have got balsamic vinaigrette. I haven't measured this out. We're going to kind of use it right out of the bottle. And the same thing for the agave nectar. We're going to use right out of the bottle. And I've got some avocado oil. You can use olive oil if you like. And we're going to use that just a little bit to put on top and finish off the dish before we put it in the oven. I have got 4 cloves of garlic, and we're going to be processing those in just a little bit. And I've got my temperature probe, as well as some salt, and 4 ounces of mushrooms. You can use any type of mushroom you like with this. I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees. I'm using the roast setting for this today because we are wanting a more of that top heat coming down on this. So if you have the roast setting, please use that. So without any further ado, let's just show how we do the bell pepper. Now I'm not going to show you how to chop the apple up, but hopefully you can figure that out. With a bell pepper, what I first like to do is cut it into slices. And then to make that tiny chop, you kind of just go down where you sliced. Of course, you're going to do this for the whole bell pepper. Put that right in. Now to prepare the garlic, what I like to do is I simply just cut it in half. Now, you're going to be using these inside the pork, so that's why I cut those in half. So you kind of want to pick out the little bit bigger cloves, if you know what I mean, when you're using the garlic. Let's get this out of the way. Now we're going to prep the meat. And what I like to do here is I simply cut, now I've got, I had 4, so I've got 8 cloves of garlic, and I'll go ahead and prepare about 1 inch across some slots, and since we've got 4 or 8 halves, put 4 in each pork tenderloin. Slots, you can kind of just stick your finger through, maybe halfway into the meat. Enough to bury the half a clove of garlic in there. Now I've got this right here. What I like to do is before I insert the cloves, I season both sides, first with the New Mexico chili. Now the reason I said 2 tablespoons, you may not use all 2 tablespoons, but you're just going to pour it out if you have it in reserve in case you need some more. Just going to rub that in. And go ahead at this time and add your salt. Now, if your New Mexico chili has salt added, of course, don't add the salt at this point. You'll oversalt the meat. Turn it over, do the other side. Don't forget to wash your hands. Now we're going to turn the meat back over. And this is why you already did the slots. They're easy to find. And insert the garlic 1/2 into each one of the slots. Work it all the way around and close the meat back around it. At this time, I move it now to the dish. Before we do that, we add a layer of the mushrooms on the bottom. Same for the bell peppers and the apples. And then what I like to do is just simply you place this on top. Just like so. Now, add the rest of the mushrooms and the vegetables to the top. Good time to wash your hands again. Now you've got this into the dish. This is when I take the balsamic vinaigrette and I simply sprinkle it across the top. Make sure it covers the meat. And then you follow that up with agave. I'll make a nice blending of both. Make sure you catch the vegetables on the side. Then you take the avocado oil, lightly go across the top of the meat. And a little bit on the vegetables and the apple that fell to the side. You're done. Take your temperature probe. It would help to have that already ready, wouldn't it? Now, of course, it doesn't want to come on. Now, I don't know if your temperature probe does this, but it has a wonderful, mine has a wonderful little setting button. And I just go right to the little pig symbol and hit the pig symbol, and it wants to cook to 170. So you hit set, insert that into a thicker part of the pork tenderloin right there. We're going to set this in the oven, and you're done. The oven's going to do the rest. You can go, make your rice, make your potato if it's this time, but you're finished. The oven does the rest. Well, I love about oven cooking. And you can enjoy the evening, watch a little news maybe as this is preparing. And it's really simple. We'll come back, we'll show it, we'll plate it, and we'll add it to a bed of rice and show you what we got. Thanks, everyone. Okay, everybody, the thermometer has gone off. I'm ready to look at our work here. There we go. How pretty is that? Got all those wonderful juices from the pork loin. And the apple is cooked in. See how the slits filled in. Wonderful smell here, guys. Look how pretty that is, how that came out. Now what I'll do here, set the pork loin over on a plate. Let it rest for a little bit. Before we cut it, let it cool about 10 minutes. Stir this in. See how nice that is? We're going to serve that as an au jus on top of the pork loin in just a minute. We'll let the pork rest for about 10 minutes before we slice it. Okay, everybody, as you can see, we've sliced the meat right here like this time. And what I like to do at this time, you take the plate, you've sliced it, put on the bed of rice. Take the juice. Add it right to the top. There you go. Hope everybody enjoys. This is a New Mexico chili pork tenderloin cooked with an apple reduction, along with some garlic and some mushrooms and some orange bell pepper. Have a great day.